document that I shared. This document need a bit of um editing, but basically I will show you the general, I will give you the general idea what is this all about. Now, prioritizing clients and tasks. So basically what we are discussing here today, I'm gonna share my screen. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna discuss here today is like prioritizing clients and tasks. That certainly means, can you all please make sure you are mute if you are not speaking? Because okay, thank you. Okay, so prioritizing clients and tasks. So you people all, you already know that you all people got the clients today now. I already sent one email this morning which has all the information. You can check the new sheet that we created and the clients assigned to all of you. Now, what you probably experience when you start working on your client is how to start work. Basically, the first thing, where to start, which client to start first. So that is something you people have to understand. That is why I wanted to take this meeting today when you start getting your clients. Because uh, I mean, prioritizing clients and then prioritizing task within a client is something that you people have to understand before starting on your client. So how you can prioritize your clients and how to prioritize tasks within a client based camp when you have multiple tasks within that particular, for that particular client, that is actually very important. Now, how to do that, how you will understand. Basically, if I check with you, any one of you, personally, if you start working on your clients from today, what you will do, um, if you think about it right now, what will you do, from where you will start, any one of you?
Is it the due date?
Yep. Okay, that is one thing. Yes, we can check the due date of the task, but that is about the task, not about the client, right? There can be number of clients having the same due date. So suppose I have 15 clients I'm working on. All the 15 clients have some tasks that have a due date of today. So what will you do in that case?
The high priority tasks that was introduced into the intro document that we have seen,
Mm-hmm.
like the four or four and the three and the directions like this.
Okay. Okay, those are still the task. You are talking about the prioritized task, basically. So suppose for technical, if we talk about technical tasks, so obviously the 301, 4xx, and the redirect chains, these are my priorities. But of which client, I have 15 client, I have same kind of task for all the 15 client. For which client I should start first with those technical tasks, right? This can be a little bit confusing. This can be something that you have to finalize yourself, because this is what we say management. You have to manage your client, you have to manage your task, but for that you have to understand how to exactly, you have to have some overview how you can manage your clients, how you can manage your task. Okay, when you
I don't think we can hear you. At least I can't.
Me neither.
Me neither, I can't hear you.
No, we still can't hear you, I think.
No.
Hello. Hello.
We
Yes.
can hear you now.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So basically, I was saying like probably you people have started getting some emails for the new client assignment. Maybe you people are getting added to the kickoff invite, right? Uh, uh some of you must start getting those emails.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
So in those emails, you must have seen the number of hours that client is for, right? Like 20-hour client, or maybe 58-hour client, that is divided into SEO, PPC, and social ads, something like that, right? So the first thing is the client has hours. We actually divide, I mean, basically we all the clients have certain number of hours in a month that we have to work on. That hours is not, if we say that 20 hours SEO client flat, that doesn't means that all the 20 hours you people have to spend. That means there are number of other department also that are working, that there is a copy team, there is a reporting team, there is a link building team, there is a SEO team. So this 20 hour is divided between those people. Now, hours are the basic thing that you guys need to check when you prioritize your client. If I am having a 100-hour client, with that 100 hours have to be spanned in a time period of a month, and if I am also having a 20-hour client, that certainly means the 100-hour client is more priority for me than a 20-hour client, correct? So hours are the basic. You have to understand that you have like 15 clients. Out of those 15 clients, you have uh, like some clients that are like 100, 60, 50, 70-hour client, and some clients that are 16, 20, 23, 30-hour clients. So that means obviously the higher hour client have more priority than the lower hour client. So first thing that you have to check, while if you have number of tasks for number of clients, you have to check which client is having more priority than the other, and you work on the priority client based on the hours of the client. That is the first thing. Now, uh, do you understand STC, this word STC? Have you in any of your training with Christian, have you ever heard this word, the STC? I guess no.
No.
Okay.
Probably not.
Oh.
Okay. STC is the save the client mode. So sometimes it happened that there comes a client concern. So suppose I have a client, now the results of client are not too good. Or maybe the relationship of the DPs with the client are not very good. Or maybe this is the very low season for the client and client decided to stop the services for a while. That means that is the client which is in STC situation. Now the client comes into STC, save the client situation. Now we have to be very, 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 careful for this client. We have to complete all the pending tasks. We have to give more preference to this client because the client is in the save the client situation. We have to save the client. We do not want client to cancel. That means the client is in save the client situation. Now if I'm having 15 client, one is 100-hour client and one is 16-hour or maybe 20, 30-hour client. Now this 20 or 30-hour client is in save the client situation, but 100-hour client is not. So my priority for today or this week is I need to finish up all the save the client tasks that are assigned to me and are pending for this month. And also I need to review that client, review the result of the client, or maybe find out some strategy to give to the DPs so that they can talk to when they talk to client, I have my strategy prepared, right? So STC situation takes higher priority even for even above the higher R client. So if I'm having 100-hour client but I'm also having two clients in STC that are below 100 hour. So those STC clients are more important for me than other clients. How to know the client is in STC situation? Generally, the team leads got the email. I can show you in my email. Uh, DPs used to fill this form, which is called Save the Client form. This one. And team leads used to get this email for now. When team lead get this email, we generally if you check, we generally orange this. That means the client is in pause or maybe STC situation. The other thing, not generally we do not at the same time when we got this email, we do not put it into orange. We put it into orange only when got the email to pause the work for some time. But when we got this email, like we got this email for the save the client form, basically your team lead should inform you, or Rabika used to send a marketing dashboard email to team leads every Monday. That also have the information. Your team leads is, basically are responsible to send over you the marketing dashboard and the clients on. So I will show you the marketing dashboard email as well. This is the marketing dashboard email. I used to send these emails, forward these emails to link builders and other team leads under which you would be working will send you this email. So this is the email, this is the marketing dashboard email, and this marketing dashboard email is very important because it allows you to set priorities for your client. So you can see uh, the client, the concerned client and near STC. So this section have the information of the concerned client or the clients that are under STC situation. So obviously, if you know that this is your client and this is in this STC situation, now I have to give more priority this week to this client than the client which is higher R client, right? So STC client is always prioritized over higher R client. Is it clear? I mean, till now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, for how many months we keep, or I mean, basically think that the client is in STC situation. So suppose I get an email today for the STC client. Now, for next 2 months, this client is priority for me. I will keep on working this client, keeping it in mind that this is a priority client for me because this is a client with concern. Now, if the client doesn't cancel, I have to work on this client I mean, I have to keep my things, I mean, organized, and I should be on the top of everything for next 2 months for this client. I understand this today. Now, within these 2 months or after these 2 months, I will check the result again. If the client's result improve, then you can think that this client is not in the STC situation and I can work normally. The 100-hour client is again the priority client for me than this 20-hour STC situation client. But if the client result is not improved, you have to talk to DPs and the team member, talk to them. They probably give you a date for the meeting and you guys meet together to strategize again. Or maybe find out if clients again want to, I mean, continue with us after we provided the STC report or the strategy already to the client. So this is how we need to understand how much time the client should be in the STC situation for us. I mean, how much time the client, I mean, the client is a priority client for me. So I have to keep this in mind when I get the STC email that this is the client which is a priority client for me. I have to work on this client. Everything should be very much organized for this client. The ranking report, the 301s, the 404s, I have to go through the webmasters if there is any issue. Everything, the redirections, the chain redirects, everything should be intact for this client for next 2 months. And when after next 2 months I find out the client result is improving, okay, now I can work normally. I can go ahead and check my normal clients with the normal hours, and then uh, that's completely fine for me. Okay.
Okay. So can I ask a question? Like, if we have two clients in this situation, what do we do?
Okay. Obviously, the clients with the same number of hours both have the same priority, right? If they are in STC situation. But if there are two clients, one is higher R and second is lower R client, both are in STC situation, then obviously the higher R client have more priority than the lower R client, even if they are in the STC situation, right? So on all the situation, the R's are more important to check. If we have two clients in ST situation, then again we have to take care of the R's. If both R's are same, then obviously they have same priority. But if R's, one of the client have more R's than the other client, then the client with the more R is the priority for me to work this week and today, basically, right? The task for the client which is of more are more important to work on than the client which is in ST situation but less are. And again, if your team lead thinks that there is something that have to be completed for both the clients, he can organize in such a way that someone from other I mean, same team, but some other person can work with you on those tasks. So that's particularly depend upon your team lead as well, how that person manage, right?
Yeah.
Or one more thing, you if you think that you cannot handle both right now, or maybe there are number of tasks for both the client, you think that you can manage some of them this week and you can complete that keeping in mind other tasks as well, you can talk to your team lead. He can set priority for you as well, right? If you are in doubt.
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Now, this is the basic, right? I mean, obviously the client go into STC, you have to decide, you have to work on that client, and for next 2 months you have to work on that client first and then other clients. Now, sometimes it happens even if the client is not in the STC situation, still you find out the result of the client are not good, or your team lead find out there has been like 6 months but the result of the client is not good. Your team lead talk to you and you talk to your team lead and you guys decided that this is something that we have to keep in our priority. So yes, if the client results are not good, then those tasks should be above in your priority list, right? This is also one situation. The other situation is when the new client comes in. So suppose you already working on your clients. Now for today you have assigned a client that is having a kickoff call tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Now once the kickoff call is over, the client you got have some tasks that have to be completed within 2 weeks. Now these tasks are priority for you above other clients. Obviously, the higher our client is priority for you, but these tasks are also priority for you. So you have to set your priorities in a way that a new client task take more priority than the other task. So basically, these tasks that have been mentioned in this list, like site analysis, that is actually done by primary analyst, keyword sitemap creation task, that is with the junior text now. So this task, Google Analytics and Google Webmaster task, these are the four varieties of tasks that are very important and should be completed within 2 weeks of the client comes on board. That means these tasks takes more priority than other tasks in your list. So keyword sitemap task is something that junior techs do. So and also some of the webmaster tool task. So yes, I mean, you people have to put these tasks up above in your list than any other task. So this is something that you have to take care. These tasks have to be completed within 2 weeks. So this should be your priority than any other task. But yes, I mean, you have to balance between the STC situation that comes at the same time when you got the new client. You have to balance your time between STC client and the new client and the higher art client. So you have to balance things like that. And in that case, if you got any doubt, your team lead is there to help you. He can set your priority. You can talk to him. You can say that these are the three tasks that I have. One is for STC situation, one is for the new client, and one is for the regular client but hire our client. So I am able to do these three tasks today, and the other task, if you can set priority for me, that's completely fine. Your team lead is there to help you in that case, right? So that is something that you have to keep in mind. So these are the priorities that you need to set for your clients, right? Is everything fine till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is something that we have discussed in general about number of tasks that we have. I will show you. We started creating a priority sheet for all the team members where they used to add their task, and basically every week everyone have to refresh that, everyone have to check that and reorder their priorities and then work on those tasks. I will share that sheet with you. I will show you how to create that sheet. I will also show you how to organize that sheet. Now, the second thing that comes is I mean, basically, if you read this, this is something which is particularly different that I will tell you, because there are some updations that we did, but this sheet is not updated. I will do that later. But basically, prioritizing task within a client's project. The thing that we discussed till here is how to prioritize our task. I have not discussed the thing that is how to prioritize. I mean, we have discussed the thing that how to prioritize our client and client's task, but we have not discussed yet how to prioritize the task within a list of, I mean, within a client. So suppose I have a single client. Now DPs ask me to set prioritization of the task in that particular base camp. So I have a pink lily. I have number of, like, so suppose there are like 20 to 30 tasks in the development section. Now I have to prioritize those tasks. Which task should be done this week, this month, next week, next month, or maybe further. So how you can check the priorities of those tasks, how you say that this is the priorities task have to be completed this month, this is the low priority task that can be completed later, and this is a medium priority task that has to be completed like 2 months from now or something like that, right? So this is also one situation that we comes in when the initial site analysis is done by the primary analyst. Basically, they break the initial site analysis into number of tasks. Those can be 10 to 20 tasks or more tasks. Now setting the priorities of those tasks is also important. Why that task is a priority task and why this task is a medium task or the low level priority task. How you find out this is very important. So obviously, the first thing is, when you attend the kickoff call, you will find out that after a kickoff call, after some days like 2 to 3 days, the TP team leads used to send the initial strategy report or the initial strategy email, where you will find out the initial strategy document. Now those documents have some of the very important tasks that have to be completed in first 2 or 3 months basically. So those tasks are obviously the priority task for us, right? So when when we get those initial strategy emails, we have a task in a base camp where it is mentioned that once you get the initial strategy email, you have to add the number of tasks that is mentioned in the email and set the priorities for those tasks. So suppose within that email or within that initial strategy document, you got two tasks. One is image alt tag and second is page load speed. Now page load speed is not very bad. Suppose it's average or almost average, and I mean, I personally do not feel that there is very much need to continue or maybe to improve it right away. So I will give preference to image alt text that have more weightage than the page load speed in this case. So obviously the image alt optimization takes more priority than the page load speed task. So you have to first check the initial strategy document completely, see what is given there as a priority. It can happen that it is mentioned that it is the mobile first client. So mobile optimization is something that we have to take care. So that is something which is priority for us. So we have to check the initial strategy document. In this case, you can see here mentioned quarterly strategies. Now basically we that is the old tactic that we do, but basically we started doing the initial strategy document now, and we check the initial strategy document and we create the task, and those tasks are priorities for us now, right? And also, as I told you, if there are number of technical tasks, we have to check which technical tasks take more priority. Obviously, the chain redirects as something which is priority for me rather than the 301 or 404. So chain redirect should be the first priority, then 404, and then 301, obviously. And image alt text will take the lesser priority than these three, because these three are directly related to the page load speed, and page load speed is something which is related to mobile optimization. So you have to be very particular, or you have to check technically what should be the task that will have more weightage in this case. So it depends upon, you can say, client to client, in which case the weightage is more for page load speed, and in which case the weightage is more for image alt text. You have to determine in that case, right? So that is something which we have to determine ourselves when we check our client's project, right? Now I will show you the prioritization sheet. This is a client prioritization sheet. For a start, I will create this sheet for all of you, but after that, you people have to create it yourself every week. I mean, not the, I mean, basically update this sheet every week. Now, what we do in this sheet is, there is the first tab, the client priority list, where we add our clients assigned to us, the client name in the score task. You will get this information from the sheet that we already have, and I shared this morning the new sheet, this one. So you will get this information from here, the client name or the client URL, and the client name in the score task, and the hours the client have. So you will have this information from there. You can add your client here with the number of hours. You can also add the kickoff date, status, and if you already have some comments from the previous people who have worked on that particular client. Now you have to sort your client as per your R. So the higher R client should be up, and the lower R client should be in the bottom of the list. So that is the first sheet. I mean, the first sheet that you have to prepare for your prioritization sheet, the client priority list. Now, the task prioritization sheet, how we prepare this sheet basically. Now, I will show you one that I prepare. This is not uh, I prepare one sheet for Fazil list. Okay. So in this sheet, the second sheet that we are talking about, the task prioritization sheet, what we used to do is, suppose in the start of March, what I will do, I will add all my tasks here. So I will add the tasks that are basically till the end of the month, the 31st of the March, and also the overdues one, that is from the February or maybe from the January. I will add all the tasks. I will add the task name here. I will add the client name here. So you go to your Basecamp, you add the task assigned to you. When you check your Basecamp, I will open. When you check your Basecamp, you go to My Stuff, you click on My Assignments, you will get the task assigned to you, right? So one by one, the tasks that are actually you have to click on this My Assignments with dates. So you have to put all these tasks that are till March 31st into this sheet, the name of the client for which the task is assigned to you, and the task name, and the client hours, and the due date. Now, once you did that, you have to arrange your task with this to get actually with this to get the higher R client up in the sheet and the lower R client down in the sheet. Now, what you need to do next is you can see that actually I created this sheet for Fazil because he just started with the another team. So I actually marked some of the tasks yellow. You can see the highlighted task here. Why I marked them yellow? Because these are some of the tasks that he has to finish first. These tasks are basically, some of them are from the client which are in the STC situation, and some tasks are due from long, and he has to complete them very urgently. Basically, some DPs have asked him to complete those tasks first. So we have actually marked some tasks yellow for him. That means these are the priority tasks for him to complete first. So you can organize the organization, the basic organization of this sheet is same. You have to add the task, you have to add the client name, task name, client hours, and due date. Then you have to sort your sheet according to the I mean the task with the client with the more higher R should come up, and the client with the lower R should be in the bottom of your list. Now, as per the client in this situation, maybe checking the marketing dashboard. If you check the marketing dashboard, not all the client belongs to you, so it's for all the marketing team, right? So your team lead would be able to give you the list of the clients that are for your team, and you can check. Now, this marketing dashboard, if you want to understand, I will give you a simple overview here. Add value are basically clients for which the hours are not completed yet. So Hey Tutor in this list is 200 hour client. Now still there are some are left for this client. That means these are the client that you can give more time this week or the next week, right? If you go to scale back, that means these are the client that already gone over hour. So you have to control your hours here. So suppose simple solution is something, some of your client, and then this client is above in your list. Once you check that already cover this client already cover more hours than what they actually signed for, you can put that client down in your list, right? So scale back is also very important. When you already spent more hour for this client and you need to go back, I mean, do not need to spend much time for that client this week or the next week. New clients obviously are your priority. So if there is any new client in this list, you need in your list, then you need to put that client up in your list. And then the client with concerns and STC, obviously these are your top priority. So even if you have 40-hour client, but this 32-hour client is in STC, you have to put these tasks into up in the list, and then determine out of these tasks which one is important. Now, out of these tasks that I can see, images over 100 KB is something which is high priority for me. So I will put it up, and then the breadcrumb and schema task. So obviously, firstly, I have to put all these 32-hour client up in my list, and then I have to decide out of all these four tasks which one should take more priority. This one, then I will yellow this or maybe put this into top of my list and work on this first. So that's the way you have to set your priorities. That's the way that you have to set your sheet and then work on your clients. Got an idea?
Yes.
Okay. Um, once the assignments are done, basically by the other team members to you, we will start preparing your sheet, the prioritization sheet, and then you people have to update your sheet weekly. Every week on Monday, when you get the marketing dashboard email from your team leads, you have to update these sheet, and um, according to the marketing dashboard email, and every Tuesday your team lead have to review your sheet, and they can put some of the task up or down in the list as per their thinking, or if they think that yes, from this Pompey 3 the task should be uh, there are some tasks that can be moved down, so they it depends upon your team lead as well. So they will check it, and they on Tuesdays, and basically they will update it for you. So that's how we have decided every Monday every team member have to update their sheet, the task prioritization sheet, and their team leads have to check or review that every Tuesday, and then they have to start working on their clients. I mean, basically you should be working already, but according to what your team lead think, you can review again the priorities and work on those priorities, right? Okay, so that's how we set the priority. Do not go through all this document. Basically, this document we actually created way back, sometimes back actually, but basically we did some changes over there, so I just wanted to give you an overview of how we prioritize clients and tasks. So do not go through completely with this document. You can check the first section. This is very cool, and this is actually what we do, and some of the part of this second section is also okay. That's it. Do not go through all the document. I will update this document, and once I update this document, I will add the quiz in Romi, and then you can go through this document again, right?
Okay.
Any question related to what we have discussed?
No, thanks.
Okay. Till once we over with this meeting, go through this again. If you have any question, talk to me directly, or you can also talk to the assigned team leads to you now, because everyone should have a team lead now. Or you can talk to Christian as well, right? And let me know if you people have any question about the prioritization once you start on your clients as well. So I'm available all the time. If there's any difficulty, you guys have to set the priorities anytime. Let me know, let your team lead know. We are here to help you. Okay.
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 Okay, so great. So thank you so much for joining the call. We will talk soon, and if there's anything that comes up, please let me know.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.